All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. We're going to take a look at the crypto market, see if we have any interesting trades to do live here for you guys today. And we're also going to go through the forex market to see if we have anything interesting going on in terms of setups for next week. So I've been on vacation, so this is I basically got down to my office just now, so I'm not sure if everything's working, camera and everything. So let me know if you're having any issues with that. Let's add the screen here. We're gonna start. All right, so I hope you guys are having a great weekend, great Sunday. I hope you're not trading, because I do feel like weekends, especially Sundays, is great for going through your journals, going through all your all the trades of the week, and of course do some trade planning, some market planning to see if there's any interesting setups going on for next week. So we're going to be trading on PrimeXBT today. Actually, that's the exchange I use pretty much all the time. So Bitcoin, there's a lot of stuff happening on Bitcoin. We had some really interesting movements on Bitcoin following the FOMC meeting. So the last FOMC meeting, I believe that was on Wednesday. Like I said, I've been on vacation for weeks. I haven't really been trading much. I've only taken one trade during last week, and that was this the Euro AUD short here, which we got stopped out right here. So I moved my stop loss down here, stopped us out here. I think that was a 1.7 odd trade or something like that. Interestingly enough, so I have a public I have a very small community on Discord where I have like a public trading journal where I trade. I have this account on PrimeXBT, a 12 or 13K account on PrimeXBT that I'm trading publicly. And I also have that the trading journal, which I trade publicly and show you guys all the well, not you guys, well, sometimes I'm going to show you, but not everything, right? But so I have how I'm entering the trades in the journal and everything like that. And interestingly enough, last week, not this week, but last week, I had took 4 trades, I believe, 4 trades, 3 losers, 1 break even. So I guess a win rate of 0%, right? And then this week, only 1 trade, 1 winner, 100% win rate. And this Euro AUD short actually made up for all the losers last week. So I'm had break even, possibly like slide in profit, which is interesting because the week before I had like a webinar on risk management and talked a lot about how you really need to let your trades try to let your trades run, and I do believe that this is a decent example of that, right? And using a manually trailing stop loss and really moving your stop loss with price, I think is a great way of securing profits while still giving the trade some opportunity to securing some profits and still giving the trade some opportunity to outperform the losers, right? So the way I do that is I've moved my stops down with every new swing point on the 4-hour, right? And the reason why, like I had my stop loss here, and then I had my stop loss here based on like that area right there, and then on that wick right there where we had this move down. The reason why I moved my stop down here was because if you look at the 1 hour, I felt that this, let's remove the indicator here. So I felt like this trend right here. Kind of see how it goes like this. This trend right there, I have a clear downtrend and a pretty decent level right here. And I really did feel like if price starts coming up here, first of all, it would be the first time price getting above the 4-hour 20 EMA since entering this trade. So definitely a pretty clear change in behavior of the trend. By the way, yeah, I did get engaged this weekend 2 days ago. It was pretty nice, really nice, and yeah, thank you, man. It was like such a beautiful night. We rented a fairly large house at the west coast of Sweden, out at right by the sea. We had a pool with a nice view, like beautiful, right? So I proposed in the sunset, like everything was perfect, everything just went so good. So that was really nice, really nice. So I feel like I really do need to step up my trading game, because that diamond was not the cheapest one, also, of course, not the most expensive one, because I'm not super rich. Therefore, the reason for me having to step up my trading game, right? Happy wife, happy life. Anyway, so right, so I said change in exactly. How could she say no? She saw that ring and she's like, I want that ring. Probably also she wanted me, but never mind. Yeah, we all need to step up our trading game. All right, so what I thanks guys, I really do appreciate that. So all right, so let's get back to trading. When you're trend following trader, it's very important that the trend that you're trading, it's important that you look at the possible changes in behavior of the trend, right? So you got to look at the behavior of the trend, and basically the behavior of the trend, what I mean is you try to identify the points of the swing highs and the swing lows, and you try to determine what's the behavior and what's the characteristics of this trend right here. So I would say that this is one trend with a very specific characteristics, and then you have another steeper trend here with more momentum, obviously because this level broke, right? But this right here does not fit into this trend, right? So let me make this even clearer. You have one type of trend here. Now you could call this a whatever, right? A descending triangle, a wedge, like you can call it whatever you want, right? But I don't really care what candlestick pattern this is or what pattern this is. I only really care about the behavior of the trend, right? And this is one specific characteristics of this trend, and then you have another one right here. And because of the fact that this price action right here is breaking the structure of this one right here, that's why I decided to move my stop down, right? Because if it got up here, it means it's going to be above the 20 EMA and 4-hour for the first time since entering this trade, and it's going to start printing possibly a whole new trend pattern, right? It might even start an uptrend right here. It might even start a range, and if it starts a range, that's going to be the first touch of range highs, even probably, and it's going to start ranging somewhere like here. So I want to trade. I want my trade to be part of the same of one of these trends, right? And as soon as I see changes in behavior of that trend, I want to get out of the trade and secure the position. Of course, it sucks that it never hit the last TP here, because this trade would probably be almost double the profit if it did, right? So yeah, it sucks that it didn't hit that TP right here, but that's just that's how it is, right? That's just how it is. You get to just let the trade do its thing, and just carefully move that stop loss down with price. All right, if you have any, what's up, Tronald Dump? If you have any, if you have any questions, just let me know, right? If you have any questions on anything that I'm talking about today, just let me know. By the way, if you want to support me, support what I'm doing, you can go and sign up to PrimeXBT, which is an awesome exchange where you can trade Forex and crypto. And I love that it's a crypto exchange where you can trade Forex and you can use your crypto as collateral to trade the Forex market. If you want to try that out, which I'm actually actively trading the Forex market and the crypto market. I would say it's like 50-50, more towards Forex lately because of the crypto markets being quite boring, obviously. So if you want to support what I'm doing, sign up using the link in the description below, and you will be given a up to 7K USD deposit bonus if you use the code, which is libs42. So definitely check that out. Let's see if we can get in a trade today, actually. I want to look at Bitcoin, right? So I remember right before the FOMC meeting, which was on Wednesday, which actually this candle right here, I believe the meeting started around resistance right here, and this candle was obviously a reaction of the news, right? And like I always say, I'm not a fundamental analysis. I'm not a trader. I'm not trading based on fundamentals, but fundamentals move the markets. It's not our levels on the chart that move the market. It's fundamental happening news events that move the market. We can only try to see what's happening based on the fundamentals and trade whatever's happening if it's conflict with our system, right? And we can't really do anything else other than that. So what I said was, because of the fact that it's very hard to trade a news event, right? It's basically a gamble. Like most of the time you'll see a pump like this and then a dump like this, and either a continuation to the upside or to the downside. But either way, you're going to get stopped out. It's very, very normal for people that try to trade a news event without much knowledge of what's going on. They will most likely get stopped out, because price will swing in both directions before actually deciding on a trend. I said if we break this level to the upside and then have a break and retest of that level, then I would definitely consider going long. We never really had that. That was just a breakout without a retest. And if there's a breakout without a retest, I'm not going to be in the trade. What's interesting about Bitcoin right here is if we go to the daily, you'll see that we actually had 2 daily open and closes above the daily 50 EMA, and it's looking really, really good here because it kind of feels like Bitcoin is now out of the range, and it's actually reclaiming some important areas right here. So it actually looks very, very strong, right? Now, considering the macroeconomic, environment right now, I feel like it's not time for Bitcoin to start another bull run. I just feel like the bull run has not started. I feel like the bear market has not ended, obviously, but it's weird. We're in a weird situation. I don't really know what to think, but I can definitely go off the. Yes, look at the levels on the chart here and say that the next resistance above, like a very, very clear resistance above, is the 28K area. And where does the 28K area come in? Right here at the 0.702, which is the midpoint of the reload zone measured from that high up here at around 22K to the low down here at around 7.5K. So the reload zone is a very important, like the short reload zone here, the midpoint of that reload zone is a very, very important area for Bitcoin to reclaim, for me to really say that, yes, we are now definitely out of the bear market, and we're now seeing some strong bullish moves right here. Because of the fact that we have reclaimed the daily 50 EMA, I have decided to increase my Bitcoin position. I'm not really sure what my percentage are right now in terms of stable coins and crypto. What I do is I've started accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think it's closer to 15. I don't know, 15, something like that, maybe 15-20% of my desired position. And because I'm not really sold on the idea that we are in a full-on bull market yet, we need to see a break in market structure on the daily. And for a break in market structure on the daily to happen, we kind of need to reclaim that 28, 29, maybe even 30K region before we have a daily break in market structure. And that is when I'm ready to really go all in with whatever I'm okay with risking, right? But there is some really strong there is some really valid, strong reasons for Bitcoin to perhaps, like, for this to be the bottom of the bear market is actually, according to the technicals, very, very likely. All right. The only thing that's not likely for this to be the bottom of the bear market is the fact that the macroeconomic situation is not looking better. Like, it's not looking like it's not looking good, in my opinion, from what I can see and from what I've read, and what I like from the fundamental traders that I do follow. I feel like there's a consensus saying that, like, if you talk to fundamental traders, they say that the economy is shit. America might go into a recession if they're not in one already. Inflation is going crazy, right? It's not looking great from a fundamental point of view. But then you talk about, you talk with technical traders, and the technical traders will tell you, like I am, they're going to tell you that the probability of this being the bottom of the bear market is, according to the TA I'm doing, is actually quite likely. And also you can compare that with some on-chain analysis as well. So I will actually see if I can find some examples on the MVRVC score, which is this one right here. So we're going to look at that one, and we're also going to look at the net unrealized profit and loss for Bitcoin. So let's see if we can find that one as well. So this has been, like, since the start of the bear market, or the end of the bull market, if you will, this has been my go-to source to determine when the point of maximum opportunity is for Bitcoin, right? So first of all, you have the high time frame reload zone right here, measured from 0 to 61, right? And the most important area and the most probable area for like, I'm not saying that whatever technical trader you're talking to, they're going to say, this is the bottom. What I'm saying is, most fundamental traders I've talked to are definitely saying that the economy is not looking great. But then you have, of course, technical traders, which you have many different styles and techniques. So of course, there's going to be a lot of people saying we have more room to the downside, which we have. I'm not saying that this is the bottom. I'm not saying this is the bottom. We have, we have room to the downside. I mean, we could even go to 14K, but lower than 14K. Well, of course, we can go to 12K. Definitely possible. And what would really confirm the end of the bear market would be a reclaim of that 28, 29, 30K region, which is up here, which is complement with the short reload zone of the latest downward. But the probability of all right, so let me put it this way: the probability of this level here being the bottom as compared to this level or this level, I would definitely say that this right here would be my choice for the level where I believe it's a high probability that this area right here is the high time frame bottom for Bitcoin, right? For several reasons. The strongest one is the fact that it's the reload zone. It's the midpoint of the reload zone measured from 0 to 69K, which I believe is a major level. And you compare that with the MVRVC score, which is right now in the buy zone and actually starting to get ready to get out of the buy zone, and the NUPL chart here, which we have entered capitulation. We are now exiting the capitulation phase. And if you look at this indicator right here, it's actually quite good when it comes to trying to determine bottoms and tops for Bitcoin. So compared with the fact that the MVRVC score, the NUPL, shows us something very interesting, and the fact that Bitcoin has bounced inside the midpoint of the reload zone, the high time frame reload zone, and it now reclaims the daily 50 EMA. I have a thread on Twitter where I've talked about this scenario, and it's all lining up perfectly, right? It's all lining up perfectly. I told you guys months ago, right, that this is the level where I'm going to be buying Bitcoin, and I'm going to be buying much more Bitcoin if it happens at the same time as MVRVC score entering the green zone and NUPL entering capitulation. And then when we have the final confirmation of the daily open and close above the daily 50 MA, that's where I'm going to go in. That's exactly what's happening right now. So I've been talking about this for months, right? So even though I feel like it's not the right thing to do for reasons based on fundamentals, macroeconomics, I don't feel like that's the right thing to do, but I have to do it because this has been my plan for like 6 months, right? For a long time. Ever since we put in that top and we started moving lower, I put this RLC on and I'm like, you know what? What if we move down here? That would be insane, you know? Getting down to the 20K level again, which a lot of people said that's never going to happen again. Getting down to 20K again would be just insane. What an insanely good, crazy good buying opportunity. And imagine if that happens at the same time as one of the most one of the cleanest indicator for Bitcoin on chain metrics, this one and NUPL. What if it happens at the same time? Well, I have to buy Bitcoin, right? Now, when we're here, it's like no one's interested anymore, right? I'm not even that interested anymore. It's like, all right, when we're trading at 60K, everyone's screaming, what if I get the opportunity to buy Bitcoin 20K? That would be a life-changing opportunity. Well, guess what? We're here. We're here. We're at the level where we talked about wanting to buy, right? And now we have people talking about we're probably going to 10K. We're always going to have people talking about we're going to go much, much lower. But you have to consider the fact that we are now at the area where we wanted to buy. We're now here. And the fact that it's not interesting anymore because we're not in the state of euphoria. When you're in state of in euphoria, you also feel like you missed out on a lot of the bull market. Perhaps you're trading up here and you're like, I could have made so much more money. What if we go back to 20K? And now we're at 20K, and the psychology of the market is flips upside down, and now everyone's waiting for lower prices, because what if it goes lower? What if it goes lower? Same thing in the bull market. You don't want to be buying too much because what if it goes higher and then you miss out and then you buy the top, right? It's all a game of psychology. So you really have to stay on top of your own psychology and say, you know what? This has been the plan for a very long time. I need to start buying Bitcoin right here. And if it goes lower, sure, I got to take that into the risk management, but I can't sit around just waiting for lower prices because you're in a downtrend. Because that's when you make the same mistake as you do in a bull market, waiting around for, never mind. You know what I'm saying. All right. So one interesting thing, I've looked at the not the dollar cost average, the US dollar index, the DXY, the DXY right here, and it's in a quite nice uptrend right here. And this move lower obviously caused some some risk assets to move quite nicely bullishly, right? And you have this very clear uptrend. So unless this, it's still in an uptrend. It still looks quite bullish. So there might actually be the case of the US dollar index bouncing around this 105.5 area next week. And if that happens, we might see a strong dollar once again, and that is going to be bad for risk assets like Bitcoin, obviously. So this is a chart, in my opinion, you should be watching. If we break down, that would be awesome, right? So that's just, if we break down here, Bitcoin is going to move very, very bullishly, right? So I think for Bitcoin, when it comes to the swing trading perspective, I don't really have I don't really have a setup in terms of my trading system for Bitcoin right now, but I'm definitely interested in potentially going long on Bitcoin, especially if there's a retrace perhaps down to this area right here. So let's put a fib on this latest up move right here. So you can see that we have the 50% fib in a very interesting area here. And it would probably be the 50% area and that is the 22.7. So around 22.7 is where I would be very interested in taking a potential trade on Bitcoin next week. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the crypto market here. See if we have anything interesting setting up. So let's remove this. This was a old setup on sand. So let's remove these ones right here. Let's go through the green list to see if we have anything interesting. All right, so we got sand, not really doing much in terms of like setting up for a trade. Got some ranging motions right here. Link looks very, very strong. I'm moving that up on the list. We got Cake. Cake is also looking insanely strong here. I really like that long signal, by the way. Check that out. That would have almost catch the bottom. That's a really nice one. All right. So altcoins are definitely looking very strong. I don't think I'm going to be trading. Wait a minute. Let's see. That's Sol. So I always want to try to take a trade on these live sessions, like the live trading sessions. It's from a trading discipline perspective, it's not always the best approach. But I do want to enter a trade here with you guys live. And these trades, they're probably not always going to be according to the system, because if I can't find the trade according to the system, I have to kind of force one, and it's not the right thing to do from like I said, a trading discipline perspective. And I'm doing it with like very small risk. I'm risking like $20 or something like that, right? It's not about it's not about making a lot of money. It's more like an experiment, because I want to in my journal, I'm then going to compare the statistics of these trades with my normal trades, and if there's actually some edge in these setups, I might actually consider trying to create a system based on what I'm doing here. And basically what I'm doing is I'm using one TP. First of all, one TP. Normally I use 3 TPs, but I use one TP around 2 hour. It's what I'm thinking. And I'm looking at something that is pretty much only basing it on the RLZ, right? So if there's a trend and there's a break and retest of a horizontal level confident with the 50% fib or the 0.618, I'm going to take the trade if it's around 2R. So for this trade, I'm thinking entry would be right on that level right here. Stop loss needs to be here, and the risk to reward is going to be these highs. So that's going to be 2.3R, which is decent. And again, I'm not taking these trades to make a lot of money. I'm just taking these trades to get some statistics on if it's if I should be looking closer into this, and perhaps if I should look closer to it and perhaps start developing a system based on this. So basically, let me explain the idea here. This is Sol, right? And what's special about Sol here? Well, what's special is the fact that it's trading above the daily 50 EMA and the daily 20 EMA in an uptrend. It's in an uptrend. It's above the 4-hour moving averages. It's above the daily moving averages. It's it has bounced in the reload zone on the 0.618, and it's now about to retest the 50%. So that's very normal. You have a trend where the price bounces on the reload zone and then has another break and retest of the 50% level. Very normal, right? And this actually looks like a possible trade where you might even have 3 TPs, right? And then it becomes much more worth it actually because the average R of this trade would be 5. So I could risk 0.25% and actually make something decent. Now, of course, on PrimeXBT, the public account I'm trading is only 13K. Well, it's only and only. I mean, it's 13K is still a decent amount of money. But when you're trading with a 1% risk system, 1% of 13K is going to be obviously like 130 dollars, right? So you're risking $130, which is not a lot of money. And if you're risking 0.25% per trade, it's going to be a fourth of that, which is not a lot of money. But it's not about the money. Like, this account is not about me trying to make a lot of money. It's about showing you guys how with good risk management you can afford to take trades which is not perfect, but with a low risk and a high risk to reward, you can still stay profitable with a very low win rate. I've only taken about 5 trades on this portfolio right now that I'm trading live. I only have a 25% win rate so far, which means I've only won 1 trade. I've only won 1 trade and 1 break-even trade, but I'm actually right around break-even, which tells me, following that and same trajectory, of course, my win rate should go up to like 50% in a couple of trades, I believe. But still, it's all about risk management, and it's all about the numbers, right? Anyway, so we're gonna take a trade here on Sol. Do we have Sol on? I do believe we have Sol on PrimeXBT. We do right here, and of course I'm in the AUD NCD. All right, I need some advice for trading and got a loss of $99 and only one. Please tell me how to make it to 20. Well, yeah, I think that question is for another time. All right, so you need to develop a system, right? That's it's very complicated. The answer is extremely complicated, but you need to develop a system. If you don't have a trading system, you shouldn't be trading. That's it. If you're trading not using a trading system, you're gambling, and that's not trading. And if you're gambling, just like the house is always going to win, the market is always going to beat you. So try to develop a system before you do anything else. All right, so you know what? Let's now, because of the risk reward of this setup that we're watching right now, we can actually. I was going to put it right here. That's going to be entry, and then stop loss is going to be a little bit lower. 2.5 to TP1. That's quite good. So put our stop loss up a little bit lower, down here, down right here, right below the 4-hour 20 EMA. So the average risk to reward of this trade right now would be 3.6. It's very good, very good. Now, where do we want to? Which pair would be good to trade? Well, I don't know, man. Like it's all depends on. I would say it all depends on what pair you're developing the system for. So what I would say is, like, if you have a trading system that you have developed for altcoins, you should obviously be trading altcoins, and it's all about testing, right? So you need to have an idea, and then you test that idea through back testing and forward testing, and try to get some statistics on what's working. And when you have an idea of what's working, you start testing different markets, and you see you're going to see which markets works best for you. It's I would like to help you out in a better way, but it's just would you have any tips or templates for journaling trades, both for yourself and developer follow? All right, so a lot of questions here. So first of all, let's go through this one before we open this trade on PrimeXBT. I'm gonna go through these questions. So yeah, I do have a journal that I'm using, and it's called. So this is the journal that I can't log in now because you can see my. All right, let me give me a second here. All right, so I'm gonna show you the journal I'm using right now. It's called Edgewonk. It's probably like the best trading journal out there. I'm not affiliated with them. I would like to be, but I'm not. So you'll see this is the public trading journal that I'm using for this PrimeXBT account right here. It's called Edgewonk, right? It's really, really, really good, right? So you'll see here that I'm statistics obviously not looking that good right now. I began this journal with a losing streak, right? So you can see right here where I'm now down minus 0.31%. So almost around break even, but you can see that my equity curve right here looks quite bad. I started at 0%, went down to like at 1.6, and now at around minus 0.3. So, but that was one trade, right? So this was like 3 trades, and then 1 trade getting almost back into profit. But this is a great journal. Definitely check it out. It's called Edgewonk, and this is like the best journal out there for trading, in my opinion. It's like $20 a month, something like that. All right. All right. So what can you suggest a trading plan, the easiest one in crypto? Yeah, I'm not sure if you're. I mean, you're obviously a troll or not. I'm really sorry if you're not. But just go with the break and retest system. The break and retest system. I'm gonna have live webinars going forward where I can show you how to develop a system. I wanted to release a newsletter this Friday, but obviously didn't have time to do that while on vacation. I will release a newsletter next Friday. Definitely check that out. You can go to my Twitter profile at Lips42, and you will have a link to the subscription. You can also look at it, look in the description below to sign up to the newsletter. Next Friday, I will write about how to develop a system so you can start doing the doing the stuff on your own to kind of try to develop a trading system on your own. All right, so before we end the live stream, which I sadly have to end shortly, we will enter this position right here, and I will also write some notes on what why I'm entering this and why it's a good idea or why it's a bad idea. So that's going to be the trade. We're going to risk very small amount here. The average risk to reward on this is going to be a 3.4 or something like that. So we're going to be risking very small amounts right here. Let me do some calculations here first. I'm not going to show you my calculations because I'm really, really bad at math. So what's our equity? So what I do is I first have to calculate what my risk should be, right? Man, it feels stupid risking like $30 on a trade because I'm only gonna make like $90 if this works out, right? Which is not a lot of money. I mean, it's almost not worth the effort, right? But again, this is not my private trading account, right? This is a public one where I'm trading a smaller account, and we're going to be focusing on percentage, right? We're going to be focusing on percentage and risk to reward and see how we can grow this account, and we're going to be focusing on the percentage of the trade. So we're going to be entering the trade here using 3 different positions, and I'm going to show you how that's done, right? So I press buy. I have a limit order, right? I'm going to put in stop loss and take profit. So what I do here is I go to trading view. Let's see, the price is on PrimeXBT 44.26, and here it's 44.29, whereas 26, it's very, very close. So we're going to use the same price here. Entry is going to be this one. So that's going to be limit, entry, limit price, stop loss price. So I put in obviously the same limit price, same entry price, and the same stop loss price. But it's going to be 3 positions. So here I enter the price for TP1. So remember, this is only a 0.25% R trade, right? You can see right here, you can see projected loss, right, in USDT, because this account is based on USDT, right? So it's going to be $7. I need to have a position which is going to be $7. Can I change that right here? No, I can't. All right, so I got to go back and go to stop loss. I know this is super boring to watch, but it is what it is, right? And it seems like it's super time consuming, right, at this point. But it's actually not really that time consuming when you figure it out. So let's do 5.5. That's the first position. And then we're going to open up a new one with 5.5 as well. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same entry price and the same stop loss price. You can also just enter positions using wait a minute, that was wrong, right? Entry price, stop loss price. You can also just enter 3 positions at once, and then after entry you optimize the different take profits for 2 positions. So that's 25%. All right, that's TP. It's going to be right here. Let's go. And that's for the TP1 and TP2. So now we have TP with TP3, which is 50%. So we need to double this position. So let's just do because it wasn't really exactly 7. So let's do 10, right? Limit order, same again. Entry price. We're going to do stop loss placement. And then we're going to have this TP up here. All right, that's it. I think that's right. So 60. Yeah, that's about right. 60. Yeah, let's go. And now let's enter the details in the journal right here. So go to journal, new trade. We're entering that one. Yeah, I'm gonna change the entry time and date to where it actually hits the entry order. So we go to Sol USD is the pair. Setup is going to be the RLZ Slingshot, and it's a buy. We then enter again. We enter the entry price right here. We're going to enter the stop loss price right here. And then for the take profit price, we have to use the average exit, which is going to be somewhere around here, right? So maybe down here. So we enter TP right here. So that's our TP price. And that's it. We go to advanced data. Entry comments is not according to plan. This is not according to the system, right? You know what? I'm gonna add a new setup, which is live setup, which is the setups I'm gonna do on the live streams. Live setup, not according to plan. Entry time frame is 4 hour. Entry confluence is the what is it? It's the it's the 0.618. All right, so entry confluence is 0.618. We have stochastics RSI. We have a bull cross in the oversold territory. Bull cross, oversold. Weekly, monthly open. What's the weekly, monthly open? Nothing here. Is it engulfing candle? Trend line? No trend lines. Is there a trend line here? Yeah, I guess, yeah, trend line area. Yeah, so there's a trend line here. Trend line is our engulfing candle. No. All right. Order type, blind orders, fibs, none, market, crypto, TP sit, none, trend, with daily EMAs. Is it with the daily EMAs? Yeah. Is it a clear trend? No, but it's with the daily EMAs. Type of trades, this is a swing. All right, so screenshot. We go here and we copy the link from TradingView and we copy and paste it right here. Process URL. Should have it up. All right, that's it. That's the trade. That's the trade. Now we're gonna make some notes. Why did I take this trade, and why shouldn't I take this trade? Right. So, all right. Yeah, I do everything in the H1 cap. So, all right. So, why? Let's do some notes. This was a live trading trade, not in perfect accordance to any of my setups, but I only risked 0.25%. Price is above the daily EMAs, and if Bitcoin starts moving up tomorrow, this one should perform quite well, and the trend on the 4-hour seems solid. There was also a bounce on the 0.618 confluent with a horizontal support area with a stochastic RSI bull cross below 30. And and price also bounced on a trend line area as the third retest. All right. So we go back to the chart. We try to make sense of this. I mean, yeah, the more I look at it, the better it looks. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, let's go. Save that one, and that's it. That's it for that one. What else? All right, so open. We're gonna add that one's gonna be on the top. Do we have anything else? We're not gonna enter anything more, but man, this looks good. Wow, this looks really good. CRV looks really, really good. Man, this looks better. This looks much, much better because this is actually confluent with the system. Yeah, all right. So this looks actually pretty good. It also has that bullish engulfing candle with the stochastic RSI bull cross. All right. So this actually looks much better. So what I'm going to do here is, all right, so the trade for CRV. So if you're watching this and you want to take a trade in the crypto market, I believe this would be the one to take. I'm not going to take it because because you know, if this runs nicely, I mean, Soul will probably do as well. But you kind of see how it's a clear trend here. Let me show you the trend. It's obviously high, 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 and lows here. So this is the trend, right? But you also see like some sort of double bottom here, right? Some sort of double bottom here and a breakout. But it failed to hold that support. And you're seeing the same pattern right here. and possible breakout, and that's going to be the entry, right? This one right here failed to bounce, but I'm thinking it might bounce here. So why do I like this? Well, I like it because the double bottom, the W, is happening right inside the reload zone. It's actually perfect, right? And this level right here fits perfectly with the 50% fib. And this is a huge part of my system where I look for double bottoms and W's inside the reload zone, where the neckline of the W, which is this level right here, where the neckline of the W is either in confluent with the 50% level or the 0.618. And my entry confirmation would then be the break and retest of the 50% or the 618. In this case right here, it's the break and retest of the 50%. So what we're going to be waiting for is a breakout, a retest, and that would then be the trade. This would be the exact trade we're looking to take, and the average R would be 4, which is really good, really good. All right, that's it. That's the trade. I'm probably going to be posting this on Twitter. I'm also going to be adding alerts. I'm going to be posting, along the way if this activates. So definitely check it out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And I'll be updating you guys on this one. So I have orders on Sol for the retest of that level. Oh, fuck me, look at that. It's probably not going to hit that level. CRV in this case looks much better. So what happens here is if Sol moves up like this, I'm going to remove the orders for the Sol trade. But CRV might also move up, but then retest this level. And if it moves up like this, I might enter orders for CRV instead, right? Let me see if I have anything else. But no, I think CRV is the one that looks best right now for possible entry. So definitely keep an eye on that. XMR looks pretty good as well, but CRV looks really good. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I have a webinar coming up in like 7 minutes, so I got to prepare for that one. But yeah, I would like to thank you all for coming here today, and if you like what I'm doing, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys next week, where will be back at my regular schedule and providing more live streams for you guys. I'm thinking I'm going to try to do 3 live streams next week, when I'm going to be doing a lot of live trading like this one. I really do like the fact of showing you guys my journal. Well, not my journal, but this demo, I guess. It's not real demo, it's real money, but it's a test journal, I guess. A public journal. I love the idea of trading publicly. Is showing you the ins and outs of trading, and really letting it all out, and showing you the ugly reality of trading. I mean, look at this. It's one winner all out of all of these trades, and I don't really care. It is what it is. It's the reality of trading. Some people have a 30% win rate, and they make a lot of money. And I will show you with this journal that you're able to make money, and you're able to stay profitable with a slightly low win rate. It's going to be very interesting. And also, I feel like the most interesting thing here is I want to cut out all the bullshit. Right? We're not going to be looking for 10x setups. We're not going to make millions in a night. It never happens, right? It never happens. This is the reality of trading. I mean, it's only up here. It says only 12 point. It only says like 12.2K up here, but you got to ignore the account balance and check out the percentages in well. All right, so you see that little pop-up right there? That is a little sneak peek of what I have coming up for you guys shortly. All right, guys, take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.